I'm going to treat this shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner tonight the same way Republicans treat it when they shoot at our children. I'm going to ignore it.
It is hilarious to me watching the mainstream media push back on the narrative that what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner was staged. Listening to a number of these people say things like, we were in the room and we were afraid and we had to reach out to our families. There's no way we're all in on this. There's no way that this was staged. Excuse me, my friend. Y'all were not in on it. That's actually how you make a scenario like this more believable. Of course you're not all in cahoots. You're not all working together. The White House does not want you in on the scam. You are the patsy. You are the shill. You are the person that is supposed to be in place to convince the masses that this was not something that was orchestrated. The fact that you guys are going on TV trying to argue around this point or push back against it is really an insult to our intelligence. On top of that, you all have a lot to answer for in terms of why you would even go to an event like this, why you continue to normalize the fascism that we're dealing with, why you continue to normalize or gloss over the erratic behavior that has continuously come out of this White House. The thing that you all are complicit in is the fact that you want to hobnob and associate with these people that constantly berate you and discredit you and say that you are fake news all of the time. What the American media needs to stop doing is talking to the American people like we're stupid. We have more access to information in 2026 than we have ever had before in human history. On top of that, the biggest reason why people have jumped to this conclusion is because he's literally done it before. And not just once or twice. This is like the third or fourth time the president has done something like this. So excuse me, as an American citizen, for using my pattern recognition and not falling for the same script that has been used against us for almost a decade now.
Is anyone actually surprised to see the biggest cowards in the room after this alleged incident? Here's Stephen Miller copping one last feel and holding his wife in front of him as a human shield. And you won't see RFK Jr. in this photo because he is surrounded by all of the Secret Service while his wife is left behind literally. These men being cowards doesn't surprise me though.
Saying that we think that the incident was staged does not imply that we think everybody was in on the staging. Everybody could have been manipulated for the staging. Staging has many components, and it doesn't mean everybody knows what's happening. And it's not just that the American public are victims of mis and disinformation. And then the lack of coverage by the correspondents, the journalists, on the people that attempted to kill that man is suspicious. The first assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life, that security measure, the team, the moment, the fist pump, you want us to believe that an automatic rifle, which we have seen in operation in schools across this country since I was 20 years old and 53, you want us to believe that a AK-47 bullet grazed somebody's ear and they were able to get up and fist pump and there's no evidence of a scar. You want us to understand not evacuating the entire area immediately. You want us to ignore the fact that we heard that the alleged shooter for Charlie Kirk's bullets, his gun doesn't match the bullet that was in Charlie Kirk's neck. This is suspicious. What we saw this weekend with cops looking like they're in a Benny Hill Keystone Cop Wile E. Coyote Looney Tune cartoon sketch running back and forth while the president, the vice president, and the Speaker of the House are in the same room. This is not the security measure that we've become accustomed to nationally. And for somebody to run past with a rifle in a hotel that you didn't secure, it begs credulity. It begs credulity. It does not add up.
Every time Americans hear that there was another attempted assassination of the President of the United States, Donald Trump, or anyone in his administration, it's immediately met with this is staged or this is a false flag. And it's not because when the shooter came in the building, the vice president was taken out first and Trump then was left to sit at the table. And then upon escorting Trump out, he fell to the floor. And it's also not because Stephen Miller and RFK led with their wives and used their wives as a shield or just left their wife behind. It's also not because if there's a shooter attempting to shoot the President of the United States, he was just brought backstage in a wide open curtain to see what was happening. It's not because he's lied at every single chance possible to the American people. It's not because his ratings are the lowest they've ever been and they're still too high at 33%. It's not because gas is $6 and we're in a war that no one cares about. It's not because of any of that. It's because of the fact that it is fake. I have seen better movie productions on Tubi. And that's all I have to say about this.
Judge tells Trump that he can't build his ballroom off of the White House unless there's a security reason for why he needs it. Trump decides that he's going to attend the White House Correspondents' Center for the first time ever in his presidency. KKK Caroline gives an interview saying shots will be fired at the event. At the event, they admit that there's less security than is typical for this high caliber of event for the type of people who are going to be there. After shots are fired, Trump immediately gives a speech saying this is why we need the ballroom. And today, the Department of Justice is saying that all lawsuits against Trump for this ballroom need to be dropped because it's clear after the shooting that we need the ballroom. Interesting.
Now, what are the chances that the shooter from the White House Correspondents' Dinner, Alan Cole, was in the exact same room with Usha Vance back in 2017?
College student Cole Allen developed a prototype for a wheelchair emergency brake.
The wheelchair brakes tend to lock the wheels, but don't actually lock the chair to the ground. The idea with this is to prevent it from moving at all.
Recent Aging into the Future conference held by St. Barnabas Senior Services and the Eisner Foundation offered a test run on products that have the potential to enrich the...
Yep, that's Usha Vance that was in this video with Alan Cole back in 2017. Do y'all remember when they found the shooter that supposedly did the first assassination attempt on a video as well? With the Heritage Foundation? This is the reason why no one believes these people. This is the reason why everyone thinks these types of things are orchestrated. Because what are the chances that these people were in the same room together? It just so happens, right? Then if you think back to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, who was ushered off first? Yeah, JD. Strange things are happening, y'all. Strange things.
Now, the Iranians seem to have published this breaking news that the alleged attacker was in on the Hollywood-like act in which Donald Trump was staging his own attack. You gotta watch this. All right, now, let him come on in right now. There he goes. Okay, get ready, guys. Here he goes. Go ahead, do it. All right. Good, she believes it. JD, you, go. Okay, now grab me. Be easy now. Be easy. All right, yeah, okay, great. Oh, yeah, he looks serious. Great job, great job. Oh, yeah, they're really behind this. Oh, my God. Wait a second. He made a mistake. Take him to the ground. Oh, take his clothes off, too. Yeah. No.
A few minutes later.
Yeah, look serious. Okay, great. Get him back up. All right, let's take him back out. No, they're going to really buy this. Great job, guys. Amazing. Now, get me out here in front of the cameras. Please. Oh, thank you, everyone. All right, now let's show the world. Wow, didn't we do such a great job? Wow. Thank you. Thank you. We couldn't have done it without you. If you don't believe that's what really went down, then I would ask, please, prove me and the rest of the world wrong. Because when you look at that script and you see Donald Trump peering through the curtain, people stealing bottles of wine, Kash Patel acting like he's busy, you see Erica Kirk there, and as more information continues to come out, none of it makes sense, and it's like it's the perfect manifesto. You have to come to the conclusion, right? You have to come to the conclusion that this thing was scripted. all these press conferences that Donald Trump has been doing to try to force us to believe that what he said happened really happened doesn't make sense. All right. And then you see Kash Patel, you know, he was on the verge of being fired, and all of a sudden now he has a new opportunity to prove how valuable he is to the team, and they're recycling the whole blame it on the left routine. I don't buy it, and neither should you.
This guy unironically got on live television right after the White House Correspondents' Dinner incident and said, I need my ballroom now.
I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it.
Please, I hate to bring it up. I can't believe I'm even talking about it. What a terrible time to talk about an impenetrable fortress for the tyrant dictator of the United States of America, but please give me my ballroom. We could have prevented all of this. There's nothing we could have done to prevent this. You're telling me that you could not have secured this particular building against a guy running down a hallway. You're telling me there's nothing that could have been done about that except constructing a giant impenetrable fortress for you to enter into and never leave. You're telling me that the message you wanted to deliver to the American people more than anything when you got up behind that podium was, let me just have my ballroom and everything will be fine.
They have like 2 random chicks holding the front door open. We're not even trying anymore.
These are 2 Fox 5 reporters joking about the lack of security at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It gets even worse.
I feel like they're not even like Secret Service people. It's like the girls who work here are holding the door. They might as well put up a doorstop and a scarecrow.
As Trump blames Democrats, maybe he should look at his own Secret Service.
Wait, did you guys hear that? Wait, was that a gun? Was that a gun? Wait, you guys, I think I just heard a gun. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's a gun! Wait, help, run! Help, you guys, run! You guys, run! Seriously, run for safety! There's a man in here with a gun! He's gonna get us all! Run for your lives! Hurry, get out of here! Wait, I'm so scared! Help! What's that? They caught him? Oh, thank God. Wow. That was close. That was really scary. We all could have been seriously injured. Or worse, killed. That was really scary. I guess this means we should probably talk about the ballroom again.
I would believe Erica Kirk was telling the truth before I would believe that what happened at the White House Correspondents' Dinner tonight wasn't staged. Because I've been to events at the White House, I know the layers of security you have to pass through, and you want me to honestly believe that someone got through multiple metal detectors, multiple screenings with a weapon, managed to fire it off 3 times before being taken down. They rushed the president and the first lady and the cabinet out. And now they're going to fucking resume the event. If somebody really did get through all those levels of security with a weapon that they managed to also fire off, that's a massive fucking security breach. You would not resume the event. That doesn't make any fucking sense. What's more, to the press that are terrified in that ballroom or were terrified in that ballroom, I can't imagine what that's like, but I want you to remember that every student in this fucking nation does, because that's just a tiny fraction of what these kids experience every goddamn day.
And how the fuck y'all keep shooting everything but this bitch? The fuck? Damn.
I wonder what the universe where Trump didn't win is doing.